All right, so we got this Ford Flex here, and this can happen with any vehicle, but in this case, obviously it looks like a friggin' rat's nest right now. The issue was that the latch would intermittently go open circuit, so body control module would think that the liftgate's open, and it would put a message on the instrument cluster saying liftgate's open. So, did my testing. I took the latch out and brought it to the bench. All there is just a micro switch inside, so put my meter on continuity, checked it, everything was working as intended, so I figured it's got to be a wiring issue. So, very simple circuit. It's just a power and a ground, and you've got the latch, and from the BCM, power comes from the BCM to this connector, and then from this connector into the loom that goes through the tailgate. So I did my test, and when we checked it, we had an open circuit in this loom. So I thought, oh, for sure, there's got to be a break somewhere in the wire. So I started unraveling the loom, and eventually you got the entire loom unraveled, and I could not find a break. So we double checked this thing, we load tested it, couldn't find an issue. I'm thinking like, oh man, must have had like bad pin connection on something, because this right here is difficult to get onto. Plus you don't want to bend these pins. So I back probed it into this connector, but may have had a bad connection. And I thought, okay, well, I checked my ground's good. So it must be between the body control module and this connector. It's just one wire, it's power feed. So I did a continuity check, tested good, had 0.6 ohms, which is normal for pretty well any wiring. And the only other thing that I need to do now is load test it. So basically there's a possibility it could be short to ground, where it's shorting out before, as if the switch was open. So I need to test this wiring here, I guess, I'm gonna load test it, and then I'm also gonna check it for any shorts to ground, because that is a possibility as well. But it sucks, I got a bunch of time into checking this wire, and started to burn myself by not, like, I took care to make sure that I was testing it right, but I guess I didn't take enough care. Sometimes that happens. You get a false reading because your meter didn't have good enough connections. So it's one of those things in the trade. You can go down the wrong path when you least expect it. So gotta watch what you're doing.